is our induction room. So we're going to take you out onto site and we'll show you as best as we can the three buildings as they are at the moment. There's not a lot happening because we're still coming out the ground. A couple of interesting features for you guys to think about. That dotted line depicts a railway tunnel. At this moment in time, you are sitting on top of a railway tunnel that runs into Liverpool Lime Street Station. Has anyone got the train out to Lime Street? You've got the train into Lime Street? When you get to this area of the city, if you look up, you see the ventilation shafts and that, yeah? Well, you're sitting on top of that railway tunnel. At the far end of our compound, here, is a ventilation shaft for the railway tunnel. All these cabins are single stacked because we're actually sitting on capping beams and bridges that were here, obviously, sort of Victorian days and onwards. This area used to have back-to-back, Victorian housing on it. And it was knocked down, the cuttings were built, etc. We've got 4 tower cranes going up on this project, so if you're passing next week, next Thursday and Friday, you will see TC3, Tower Crane 3 being built, which is at the back end of the project here. I'll show you the base in a minute. That one is 65 metres under hook. So what that means is the height of the mast is 65 metres in effect, okay? We've got 2 different types of tower cranes going up. One called a saddleback, which will be Tower Crane 3, 2 and 1. And the saddleback is a tower crane that slews in that plane, okay? And we have Tower Crane 4, which is what we call a luffing jib. The luffing jib slews up and down. Now the reason Tower Crane 4 is a luffer is because it is so close to the ventilation shaft, okay? We're obviously not allowed to slew any load. If anything drops down there from this project, we're just going to shut the gates and go home because we'll be in an awful lot of trouble. That's how serious it is. So all the method statements, there are 900 piles, is it?
Yeah.
There are about 900 piles on the job. So we've had 2 piling rigs on since beginning of December doing the piles. They finished last Friday, they went off site on Monday. So each building in effect has around about 250 to 300 piles per building, okay? There was an exclusion zone from the railway tunnel backwards. There's a 5 metre exclusion zone. No plant or machinery is allowed to operate in that exclusion zone because of the potential impact on the railway tunnels below. And the piles running along the tunnel wall, I think 2 or 3 metres below track level, so they've actually gone deeper. Range of piles I think is between 9 and 15 metres dependent on the area of the project and the design of the building. What else? Tower cranes again, just as a point, when we did Vine Court down the far end, all we had to do was email Liverpool John Lennon Airport to tell them that we were putting 2 tower cranes up, and that was the end of the sort of information required. We think as a result of that, you all remember the recent helicopter crash in London, where the helicopter crashed into the tower crane in London. As a result of that, I've been in conversation with the Civil Aviation Authority based in London. We've had to give them very detailed information about the location, the height, the duration of time on site of the 4 tower cranes, so that they can inform the airport. But there's a British standard that governs the erection and dismantling and the use of tower cranes that stipulates that if you have a tower crane within 15 kilometres of an airport or an aerodrome which extends above the existing building, the surrounding buildings, you have to inform the airport, which is what we've done in the past. But as I think as a result of that crash in London recently, we've upped the ante on tower crane information. So we've got the 4 tower cranes going up, so over the next month you'll see the 4 cranes on the site, which will then bring its own left the problems from a health and safety perspective. As we go around the site, young Tom here, this is my colleague Tom Alexander, he's our assistant design manager. So if you've got any questions regarding design, don't ask Tom because you'll be able to tell it now. Now, between the 2 of us, we normally have our design manager here, a guy called Jonathan Airy, but John's off today. So you're sort of stuck with myself and Tom. If you need to have one, or if you need to know any information regarding health, safety, environmental and sustainability, please ask me, because I look after the environmental and sustainability side of the business. So that's my that's where my expertise lies. So anything on environmental, health or sustainability, give me a shout. Alex has got my email address, so if there's any questions that you think of once you've finished the tour, let Alex know. He can drop me an email and I'll try and answer them for you, okay?